what was supposed to be a legendary Raw going into a new year turned into not only the most useless Legends Raw, but had an ending that, let's just say, might turn into another jackhammer and spear of a main event at the Royal Rumble. Not only that, but we get into a possibility of the Hurt Business breaking up, and just more confusion in the women's division, and Ric Flair screwed Charlotte. If you're making this face, I'm pretty sure that was the face of probably over 1.5 million people watching Raw last night. Welcome to Kimmy Talks Wrestling in the new year of 2020. So like many of you, I was so excited for what a new year could bring, especially for Raw. They suffered very much in December, and I was looking forward to such a great year. You would think that's what they were going to do. They did not do that at all. Now, I could probably touch on the overly long Miz TV segment, the somewhat long but kind of good tag team match, but I'm starting off talking about the Legends. This was Raw Legends Night, and we usually see Legends maybe host a talk show, or maybe accompany a superstar to the ring, or maybe a match or two. That was none of it. Every single Legend, besides Ric Flair, and Big Show, and Mark Henry, they all did backstage segments. Now, yes, Rick, he accompanied Charlotte to the ring. That made sense. But he basically, Lacey Evans was basically flirting with him in the match, and then he screwed Charlotte over, and then Charlotte yelled at him. Okay. But Big Show and Mark, at least they had a purpose to further this Randy Orton feud. Everyone else was in pointless segments. Whether it was Melina cheering on the Lucha House Party, or Tori Wilson making Angel Garza scared of the Boogeyman and having R-Truth regain the 24/7 championship. Let's just say this was a non-legendary Legends Night of Monday Night Raw. I mean, let's just talk about the beginning. Hulk Hogan introduced the H-phone. And, he had the very, very, very cliche, "Look, you're the top champion. You remind me a lot of myself. What you gonna do, brother?" Come on. I expected so much more. And maybe it's because of COVID that things had to be different. But this was so bad. If you were going to introduce Goldberg, you should have just left it. And the worst part was, there were so many legends on the stage in that main event that didn't appear. Like Jeff Jarrett. When did we see him? And the amount of people they advertised for the show but didn't show up. Like Candice Michelle, okay. And Carlito, okay. But Natty posted a picture with Eve in ring gear. Where was she? Michael Hayes? He's there every week. He's a producer. WWE's already letting the ball drop. It's only the first episode, guys. But let's take a pause on the Legends. The women's division, I'm kind of confused right now. Because, we talked about that women's tag team match, but I'm going to jump to what was supposed to be Mandy Rose versus Shayna Baszler. That match somehow got switched to Dana Brooke and Shayna Baszler, then Dana Brooke pinned Shayna Baszler. So now I'm confused. Are Shayna and Nia still a tag team? Did we break them up? What are we doing? I'm very confused. The women's tag team titles look very comfortable on SmackDown with the constant tag team matches. We don't need tag team matches on every single program, because then you bury the single Raw Women's Championship. When was the last time that was defended again? Alright, Clash of Champions. That was 5 months ago. But they might break up the Hurt Business. That is the best thing on Raw. Literally. I mean, the only other good thing on Raw tonight was when it was AJ versus Elias. Riker tried to attack AJ with the guitar and then almost just came in and kicked the guitar. That was kind of cool. But the Hurt Business is the best thing on Raw. Now you're gonna cancel it? Why? Why? Basically, it was the Hurt Business versus Lucha House Party, and Benjamin got pinned, and Alexander didn't care because now he's all too cocky for the Hurt Business. WWE, if you split them up, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is the best thing on your damn programming. Don't do it. Do not do it. I'm begging of you. But the third hour made up for all of this. We had Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy in a pretty good match. Orton, of course, gets the win here. But I do admit it did take 40 minutes for them to very much say, no, we did not burn Alexa Bliss last week. Randy Orton, felt very bad. And I sympathize with Alexa. I hate myself for it. I'm going to go tease, I'm going to fight these legends, even though I'm not. And then I'm going to beat Jeff Hardy. Okay. Like I said, I don't know what's next for Orton. He did enter himself in the Royal Rumble. I don't see him winning the Royal Rumble. I know the very early prediction for a win right now is Daniel Bryan. I don't know. Especially because of what happened in our goddamn main event. So, with the legends sitting on stage, I thought, maybe they're all sitting on stage because Lee's gonna win. And they're all gonna back up Lee. Okay, that's cool. Makes sense. The match ends with 5 minutes left. I feel very bad because my friend had FaceTimed me. So I was on FaceTime with her. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. There's 5 minutes left. What are they going to do? They're going to celebrate with Drew for 5 minutes? And then you just hear it. And you're like, oh no. And then you see him just walk to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that your main event at the Royal Rumble is Goldberg and Drew McIntyre. So I have a lot of thoughts on this. I don't want Drew to lose to Goldberg. I think it's pointless, especially with the year Drew had. I think it would be ashamed if he is the one to lose to Goldberg. 2, I very much thought your plan was that Goldberg was going over to SmackDown and not going to Raw. So I'm kind of confused. Are you really having a SmackDown person win the Royal Rumble, I'm guessing? And 3, why? We don't need, you had so many viable contenders on Raw. Sheamus, The Miz, you could probably put Orton back in there. You could probably get another match out of Lee. AJ. Why? The only way, and this is a very early prediction, the Royal Rumble is 4 weeks away as of right now. The only way this makes sense is if Goldberg beats Drew and Miz cashes in, and Miz is champion walking into Mania. If that does not happen, I'm going to be very mad, and this is still pointless. But if that is the plan, and that's how Miz is going to cash in, I can respect this decision. This was more of a rant than a Raw review, but I think from how much they hyped up this Raw, because they really hyped this Raw up 2 weeks in advance, it just didn't deliver. I was texting my friends a half an hour in, and they were like, it's only 30 minutes. And I'm like, exactly. It's not going up. It's just going down. I personally didn't like it. I just felt like the whole purpose of Legends Night just fell flat. The matches weren't really that good either, except, like I said, that last hour. But other than that, there wasn't really anything good on Raw. I mean, maybe I'm wrong with this. Maybe I just have a bad opinion. I don't know. But yeah, so if you have not seen my Twitter, basically last Wednesday I didn't want to do a review of the tribute show because I felt like I couldn't stand here and give the tribute show justice. If you have not seen the AEW tribute show to Brody Lee, I beg you to watch it. It was so good from top to bottom. This was my first tribute show I watched. It was amazing. It was beautiful. And I didn't do SmackDown because, if you didn't see it also on my Twitter, I was on a podcast. I made my podcast debut. I was on the Bob Culture podcast, and we predicted New Year's Smash Night 1 and 2. You can go check that out on Spotify, Apple Music, and on Facebook Live. So yeah, so that's what I was doing. So I didn't watch SmackDown because I was actually doing the podcast while SmackDown was going on. But I believe tomorrow, I think instead of Impact, I might do AEW Dark. So, ooh. And then, of course, Thursday, we're going to have Dynamite. And then Saturday, we're back again with SmackDown, and we're starting the whole week over again. Thank you so much for tuning into this Raw rant/review. Make sure to comment what you thought about Monday Night Raw. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was pointless like me? What was your reaction that Goldberg is back? Make sure to subscribe and click that bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_WB, and Instagram at KimmyTalksWrestling. And I think that's it for me. Hope and pray that Rollins actually comes back in the Rumble because someone at Fox just decided to screw my emotions and say he was coming back last week. So yeah, but that's it for me. I'll see you guys Wednesday with AEW Dark review. It is my first time watching Dark, so let's see what I like. Bye guys.